Glad you can make it a date with us today on Earth File. I'm Ayola Kasim. The message for this year's World Environment Day was clear. Humanity is using more than the Earth can provide, and should the current consumption patterns persist, we may need 3 more planets to be able to sustain the increasing population estimated to reach 9.6 billion by 2050. We've also been told that there are opportunities. These opportunities are our focus today on the program. Do stay with us. The World Environment Day is the United Nations principal vehicle for encouraging worldwide awareness and action for the environment. 7 billion dreams, 1 planet, consumed with care, the theme for this year's celebration.
But let me act so simply taking responsibility and acting happening around the world. This is the fantastic thing that happens on World Environment Day, that people in schools, in families, in businesses, in a mayor's office, in a company, sometimes in a parliament, use World Environment Day to say we can do things differently. That's what celebrating World Environment Day is all about. Connecting people, connecting vision, also a sense of optimism, and not to pretend that, once a year we think about the environment. No, once a year we put a particular spotlight on what we are able and capable of doing.
Over the years, the celebration of the World Environment Day has grown to be a broad global platform for public outreach that is widely celebrated by stakeholders in over 100 countries. It also serves as the People's Day for doing something positive for the environment, galvanizing individual actions into a collective power that generates an exponential positive impact on the planet.
We cannot educate ourselves enough. And because the population of the world is growing, and the United Nations is telling us that if we continue consuming the resources of our planet at this stage, in another 30 years, we're going to need 3 planets. Where are we going to find those 3 planets from? We only have the 1 planet. So we can't continue educating ourselves enough. We need to be telling ourselves again and again and again that our primary function is to care for the creation, because the creation holds everything that we require to keep us alive, to keep our children alive, and to keep our grandchildren alive.
Here in Nigeria, many joined the celebration across the country.
Effect of these human activities.
The Society for Environmental Toxicology and Pollution Mitigation, a not-for-profit professional organization whose main goal is to promote sustainable environment practices for the benefit of man and other occupants of the global ecosystem, also observed today by organizing a public lecture attended by youths in Lagos. The speakers asked the government at all levels to make the care for the environment a priority.
The theme is 7 billion dream, 1 planet, consumed with care. I believe we have to work together to make it a reality. We have to change our mind, the way we reason, the way we think. We have to change our mindsets.
There's need for people who are in government, especially now that we are inaugurating a new administration. There's need for legislators, commissioners, ministers to undergo some health, safety and environment training.
Many of the Earth's ecosystems are nearing critical tipping points of depletion or irreversible change, pushed by high population growth and economic development.
What kind of footprint are you leaving for your children? What kind of legacy are you leaving? If you are a company CEO, what kind of legacy are you leaving for the company? If you are a church leader, a religious leader, what kind of footprints are you leaving? So the footprint in this case determines that as the organizational leader, what policies, what structures have you put in place that will not harm the environment? That when people after you come and they look at it, they will say, oh, we'll see that this man who was in charge had established this in such a way that the environment will not be harmed. That is the footprint we're talking about there. And we painted it green because generally when they talk about environmental footprints, they are looking about the death that you left in the environment. But now what we are looking at is the green that you left in the environment.